Hey everybody, it's Ellie with Mobility Innovated. I'm going to take you through a drill that's a little bit less about mobility, more about some strength and neuromotor control at the top of shoulder elevation, particularly when we're doing something like an overhead squat. So for this, you'll use a heavy band again, but the toughness of your band is really going to be dependent on your strength and control and ability to get your head into, or your shoulder into that last little bit of elevation. If I use too thick of a band, probably not going to get the quality out of this exercise that I want, but too little, I may not be challenging myself enough either. So try to find a band that feels appropriate for you. You're going to secure this band on a rig kind of at your chest or waist height, so it's most directly in front of you. And we are going to loop our hand again into that band and grab on here so I'm nice and secure in the band. The tension of this band is going to try to be pulling my arm forward, similarly to how maybe the weight in the barbell wants to gravitate forward when I go into an overhead squat. We know that we try to avoid that and keep the weight as directly above us as we can, right? So this band is kind of simulating that motion that we might feel, and our job is to fight that and keep our shoulder overhead as best we can by using muscles around our shoulder blade and strength and coordination there. So this really challenges you to have that control and that last little bit of range of motion where it's most important when we're doing that lift. So I'm going to have that tension pulling my shoulder forward, and as I go into a squat, I'm going to pull my arm overhead. So I'll squat down like so. As I'm squatting down, I'm pulling against that band to really get my arm overhead like I would be doing in my squat, generating that power from here, and then I can come out of it. Okay, so really challenging our strength and control, last little bit of range. Don't be alarmed if you feel some cramping sensations or it's really hard for you to get that last little bit. Not uncommon for people to feel. Okay, I'll do a couple more from this direction so you can see how my arm is moving as I go down into my squat. Really fight to pull my shoulder overhead. Come down. A couple things to keep monitoring yourself for. If when I'm taking my arm overhead, I'm allowing my low back to arch, that's not the motion that we want to get, right? So we want to remember to keep our ribs drawn in, spine as neutral as we can, and then I'm really creating that range through the shoulder, through the muscles of my shoulder and upper back. All right, give this one a shot. Really good to do right before you go into something like an overhead squat, so you can prep your shoulders for that motion and get those muscles fired up for that. All right, give it a try. Let us know how it goes. Keep your eyes peeled for more.